Hey guys, it's Bastian time, and welcome to Nintendo News. I'm your host, Bastian. Let's get to that first story. There's a rumor out there that Nintendo is giving away dev kits for the Wii U to indie developers. If that's the case, that's a brilliant idea. In case you weren't aware how these things are usually done, if somebody wants to develop for like the PlayStation 3 or 4, or the Xbox 360 or 720, they have to have a dev kit to be able to sort of create that game, and they gotta buy those from Nintendo or Sony or Microsoft, usually. But it looks like Nintendo has been giving them out to some indie developers to sort of get their interest, get them working on Nintendo stuff. So I think that's a really good idea. If it's just a rumor and not the case, I think Nintendo should pay attention to this rumor and realize it'd be a good idea. So hopefully it's true. Evoland is an amazing game, but it is not being released on any Nintendo platforms yet. The developer said that they're very interested, actually, in going ahead and maybe making it for the Wii U or the 3DS. Actually, I think they just said 3DS, which is exactly the system that it should be on, for real. In case you're not familiar with Evoland, and you probably aren't because it is a very small indie game, you can pick it up on Steam, and what it is very unusual because it's really just sort of appealing to those of us who followed the history of action-adventure, specifically kind of Zelda, through 8-bit, then 16-bit, then 32-bit, and then not really quite 64-bit, I don't think. Actually, maybe 64-bit, but still like the top-down sort of perspective. And it's not just action-adventure, because then they do some Final Fantasy style stuff at one point. It's really weird how the game works. You sort of find a treasure chest, and that unlocks the next progression of the game. So it slowly morphs as you unlock new aspects, be it walking only in 4 directions. You open a treasure chest, and now you can walk in all 8 directions. And you're in 8-bit, you unlock a treasure chest, now you're in 16-bit, and so on. It just sort of evolves the action-adventure and then RPG genres as history has shown them. So anyways, very interesting idea for a game. I haven't played it yet. I've only seen a video review of it. I really want to play it, but I might hold out until it's on the 3DS, I think. An amusing piece of trivia is that if you've seen the movie Wreck-It Ralph, you will notice that Bowser has a fairly significant role in it, and Nintendo is very particular about Bowser's depiction. So when Disney sent them sort of an animatic, I think it was, just sort of a mock-up of what the scene would look like with Bowser in it, and Bowser is drinking tea from a teacup in that scene, Nintendo sent them back a message that was like, no, that's not how Bowser would hold his teacup. This is how Bowser would hold his teacup, and then sent them some drawings. And so then the Wreck-It Ralph animators had to use that feedback and redesign Bowser's animation. So it's really interesting that Nintendo has very specific ideas on how Bowser drinks his tea. Even more bizarre, Nintendo has a patent that was recently unearthed showing their plans for putting a Wii remote inside of a robot-like toy that you would then control. It reminds me a lot of Rob, the ROB robot from all the way back in the early NES days. If you bought a special deluxe version of the Nintendo Entertainment System, it came with a robot that would sort of react to how you were playing certain games. So, very interesting that it looks like maybe they were thinking about sort of harkening back to that era. But it looks like they probably abandoned this plan, unfortunately. Oh well. But anyways, that's it for this episode. See you tomorrow for Zelda news, and then 2 days from now for the other Nintendo news episode. See you then. Bye.